What is up, guys? Joe here, back with another video. Today's Thursday, January 13, 2022, and Taiwan Semiconductor is up over 5% for the day with a closing price of 139.19 cents. Taiwan Semiconductor just beat their Q4 earnings and announced a $40 billion plan to ramp up semiconductor production. So investors are rewarding the stock by piling into this name. So today I wanted to look at some headlines, do some technical analysis, and see why I'm so bullish on Taiwan Semiconductor. So let's get started. So if you look at FinViz, there were a couple of headlines moving the stock higher. TSMC to spend at least $40 billion to address chip shortage. Taiwan Semiconductor beats Q4 target, stock jumps. Taiwan Semiconductor stock breaks out after earnings beat. TSM, the world's largest chip foundry, on Thursday beat analyst estimates for the fourth quarter. TSM stock popped higher on the news. Taiwan Semi earned $1.15 per US share in the December quarter, up 19% from the year earlier period. Analysts expect earnings of $1.12 a share, according to FactSet. Company sales increased 24% to $15.74 billion, also topping views. For the current quarter, Taiwan Semi expects to generate revenue of $16.6 billion to $17.2 billion. The midpoint of $16.9 billion topped analyst estimates for $15.7 billion. In afternoon trades on the stock market today, TSM stock jumped 7.4% near $1141.95. At the opening bell, TSM stock broke out of a cup with handle base at a buy point of 135.60 cents, according to a daily chart on IBD's MarketSmith. TSM stock also cleared a secondary buy point of 142.29 from a saucer base on a weekly MarketSmith chart. Taiwan Semi makes chips for fabless semiconductor firms such as Apple, AMD, NVIDIA, and Qualcomm. Our fourth quarter business was supported by strong demand for our industry-leading 5nm technology, CFO Wendell Huang said in a news release. Moving into first quarter 2022, we expect our business to be supported by HPC, high-performance computing related demand, continued recovery in the automotive segment, and milder smartphone seasonality than in recent years. In the fourth quarter, shipments of 5nm chips accounted for 23% of total wafer revenue. Meanwhile, 7nm chips accounted for 27% of wafer revenue. Manufacturers measure circuit width on chips in nanometers, or 1/1000th of a meter. Smartphone chips accounted for 44% of Taiwan Semi's revenue in the December quarter. High-performance computing chips made up 37% of the revenue in the period. Taiwan Semi's results point to a stronger for longer chip cycle, Needham analyst Charles Shi said in a note to clients. He raised his price target on TSM stock to 152 from 138 and reiterated his buy rating. Taiwan Semi plans to spend $40 billion to $44 billion in 2022 to expand and upgrade its production capacity amid a global chip shortage. In 2021, it spent $30.04 billion on capital expenditures. The heightened spending on semiconductor equipment is positive news for chip makers such as ASML, Applied Materials, and Lam Research. TSM stock ranks 8 out of 40 stocks in IBD's Semiconductor Manufacturing Indices group. It has an IBD composite rating of 97 out of 99, according to IBD Stock Checkup. So, jumping back into FinViz, we do see that there were some analyst price targets made back at the end of 2021. We do see that Cowen gave it a market perform rating and a price target of 120, which we have already beat. Argus initiated a buy rating with a price target of 150, and Bernstein gave it an outperform rating with a price target of 149. So, looking at the weekly chart within Taiwan Semiconductor, we do see that back in March of 2021, we were trading around the all-time high of $142, but ever since then, it has been trading in this channel, oscillating up and down. So we've generally been trading sideways, and today we were able to push higher with volume on its positive Q4 earnings. So this blue line running across down here can be seen as support, and this other blue line above can be seen as resistance. So we can look at it the same way within TradingView. Here's our daily chart, and generally speaking, support can be found down here. This was acting as support and resistance above. We had one point of resistance here and yet another point of resistance above here. And as you can see, Taiwan Semi was trading within this channel and generally trading sideways for a while. And finally today it broke resistance to the upside. So like the author mentioned, there was a breakout on the cup and handle formation. So what a cup and handle is, it's essentially a technical pattern where your left hand side here would be seen as a left handle, your rounding base below would be seen as a base, and the right side here would be seen as a handle and a breakout to the upside. This is a classic cup and handle pattern, which is usually a bullish indicator, and in between there is a period of consolidation where there is accumulation happening from investors. But with this positive earnings beat, we finally got the catalyst needed to push the stock higher. So moving ahead into 2022, I do expect TSM to keep growing even more and continue pushing higher into new all-time highs. So in order to accurately predict where the stock could be headed next, we can draw some Fibonacci retracement zones in order to accurately plot future support and resistance lines. So what you want to do first is zoom out here. Great, and grab your fib retracement tool here, and you would drop your first anchor at the lowest point of the stock, post it back in March of 2020, and extend this and place it at the highest point of the stock posted today, right here. So this dashed line running across can be seen as ultimate support. This is your ultimate trend line moving upward. And if we zoom in here, we do see that Taiwan Semi was trading in this range here, and that's between the 61% retracement zone and the 78% retracement zone. And we were trading higher the past few days in the next zone, and we managed to push higher today into the next zone, and that is between the 78% retracement zone and the 100% retracement zone. So looking ahead, if we extend our Fibonacci extension zones, our next level of resistance for Taiwan Semi would be the 127% retracement zone. That's a price target of 173 with 43 cents. And if we're able to break through that, ultimately our next level of resistance would be the 161% retracement zone. That's a price target of $209 with 27 cents. So I am bullish on Taiwan Semi. I do think we'll get there eventually at these elevated price targets, but not in a straight line up. There is a lot of volatility in the market currently. We are in the midst of a bear market. So even though we reached all-time highs today, you should wait a couple of days of green candles for confirmation that the bull run has commenced. And if we zoom back in on the chart here, we turn on our volume profile indicator, we do see that the point of control was roughly the $120 price point. And what that indicates is a war between the bears and the bulls to gain control. And ultimately, the bulls won and we managed to push higher. So anything above the point of control is seen as bullish. Anything below is seen as bearish. So if you're waiting for a better price entry on Taiwan Semi, I do recommend, if we do get our small correction, for a revisit of this $120 price point. That would be an excellent price entry for you to get in. And from there, we can bounce off of this support and continue pushing higher. And looking at the RSI, we are at the 70 point mark on the RSI, which is generally considered an overbought level, meaning it is a bit overheated. But like I said, we should wait for a couple of days of confirmation of more buyers coming in for you to enter into this name as a bullish investor. So I'm a big fan of Taiwan Semi and the sector in general. Names like AMD, NVIDIA, Qualcomm are all bound to benefit from the semiconductor shortage and the global need for more chips in electronics. So let me know what you think about Taiwan Semi. Are you a fan? Do you like their stock? Let me know in the comment section. I hope you found this information helpful. If you have any questions, please leave a question in the comment section. I'll be happy to respond. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.